What's good with the YouTube? It's the Psychic Investigator, back at it again, tapping back into that energy of manipulation, whereas they was taking those small portions and putting them in this account and that account, 100 different accounts. That was the grand scheme. They was taking this revenue from one person and spreading it amongst everybody, and that's how everybody was getting paid. It was an 8-man deal. The only problem is 2 was alive, 8 was dead. So let's go back into this energy. Whoever this was, it was a small man. And they was working with a tall man. There was a tall, 6-foot, brown-haired man, slim, taking payouts, heightening people view counts. So somebody that worked for YouTube was 6 foot, brown hair, slim, and taking payouts to heighten people view account. A smaller sign-in bonus was always better when you have the right to your own creativity. So somebody had taken a huge sign-in bonus, but they had no rights to their own creativity. Stealing YouTube revenue to manipulate their payouts. The numbers won't add up. So these numbers that they was streaming and manipulating wouldn't add up. That was the truth. You feel me? They really don't want me to get this message out. Yeah. It was manipulating the situation. They had an inside man, tall with brown hair. He thought that since they had paid him big in the beginning, they can continue to clone other people's YouTube accounts for payouts. Numbers of views and subscribers on YouTube was disappearing. So the numbers and views and subscribers on YouTube was disappearing. And I'm trying to figure out why was they disappearing. Where was they going? They was dividing up into small synchronicities of 6. And they was adding them every hour, is what I just heard. I noticed my numbers changing. The hacker is taking views and subscribers and changing the numbers from you to theirs. So this hacker, that's the core truth, was taking these subscribers and changing the view count from your account to theirs. It was a hack code in between here. Heavy phone cloning, changing settings, entering hacker code to manipulate the system for higher payouts every month. So this hacker was cloning other people's accounts to manipulate the system so that the people that they designed their accounts for with the pre-subscribers would always reach their numbers and their height. That was the core truth. It's a scammer trick YouTube, pre-set up pages with subscribers was taking a few views from most viewed videos to manipulate the income. So it was taking very few views, like very small portions. Sue. Yeah, somebody was about to get sued for what they doing. S-U-E, sue. Yeah, the core was Sue knew the truth. The hacker was taking 6 views, 6 subscribers from over 100 different YouTube accounts to sell these people pre-set up YouTube pages for a quick case. So they wanted quick money. They wasn't willing to do what I'm doing and putting in my hard work. They wasn't willing to do what everybody else doing in this community to create subscribers. The key hacker had created 100,000 YouTube accounts and all on remote view to bring in monthly checks from YouTube. So they had created 100,000 YouTube accounts to generate the flow of these false views because it was on remote view. So they had, I'm saying, a room with 6 different computers. 8 deaths linked back to this scammer guy. The killer was willing to take anybody out to hide their identity. So this killer, the person that created this scam Bible, was killing everybody to knock them off to cover up the wrongs they had done. But this was a huge lawsuit. Everybody that got a hold of a scammer guy was arrested on federal charges. So everybody that got a hold of this scammer guy was arrested on federal charges. Everybody that's attempt to block my spiritual path got put to rest. So that's why these 8 people was there, because anybody that got in the way of what God had designed, or you guys, they wasn't having it. Instant death was the case. They did all of this for money, they did all of this for fame, but they needed to slower, so they needed to slow it down. They need to slow the hell down. Yeah, because in the distant horizons, this main female, masculine or feminine, is headed to her early death. That's the expectation. This family thought that they was going to continue to create success, but no. There'll be a death in this family room. And they're going to die for energy manipulation to get high on them. Unless they already died. One has passed over in the family room, is what I'm hearing. And another to come. Yeah, because there was a thief. There was a thief to be this wealthy person. This female was a karmic. It was a masculine energy. They didn't even know to really display the divine feminine essence. They was a false person. Yeah. The YouTube person was false, and this main female was false. So it was a son and daughter duo. A tall male, 6 foot, and about a medium height, 6'7" woman. 5'7", dark hair, salt and pepper. Want. Yeah, they want it. Misfortune for her. She'll be the one that dies in this living room. Her marriage had went in reverse for stealing this revenue and views and subscribers. What else was going on? Yep. They did all of this for money. So this male, this 6 foot male, and their mother teamed up in this marriage, and that's why it went in reverse, for them to be this official person. That was the scheme. This mother had government access. What's up with this hacker code to manipulate it? And they was drunk off of brandy too. They need to slow down. Yeah. This mother was a drunk. And she looking at what she invested in with this occupation and why faith changed. And the only thing this main male could think about is this woman. This woman that he had robbed. This soul. This soul that he had hurt. And that was the message of concern. What he thought was the truth wasn't the truth. He was manipulated and lied to too. This master teacher knew about this abundance. 33 and 9. Yep. And this main female, what did she do? And this child, so it was a child that was locked up because they wanted to be this privileged person in this community. But they was false. It was one child that was locked up. There was another child posing for an occupation. And this main female was manipulating energy in the government. This mature woman with salt and pepper in. Yeah. Because they wanted somebody's soul. They knew that the universe aligned to sex attack for somebody's destiny. For the goat to be awakened. Yeah. Mars, Aries, or Scorpio wanted somebody's structure, discipline, life mission, and accomplishment career during this Saturn return. So this was that eclipse, that aligned in 2020, where Capricorn, Sag, and Scorpio aligned. And that's when they went for the gold, the sacrifice. Yeah. This connection. They knew that, this main male knew that this connection was karmic. They squared. It wasn't balanced. Yep. They were pretending to be yin. This karmic male was pretending to be yin, but this male was in feminine energy. So they was the empress upside down. They was not the empress in the upright. You feel me? That's deep. I can't believe they took it this far for revenue and money. Like, y'all had a whole family scamming and fronting this community like y'all was really wealthy, but y'all was frauds. Nothing y'all earned held any material value, and that was the truth. They wasn't worth anything spiritually. So anything that you take energetically from another person, how could you win? The male that worked for YouTube was exposed. The mother that manipulated the government to get money was exposed. The revenue scheme or fraud accounts was exposed. You feel me? This hacker, this official person days had became number. They was going into retirement. You feel me? This heavy clone energy with hacker codes created 8 deaths. This main male covered up the line of women that was working with him that he killed. Yeah. The child did it. 9. Yeah. That's deep. The child did it. A serial killer child. They killed 8 people to cover up that they was the master manipulator in this situation. One second. That's deep. Yeah, so the serial killer child was the master magician. A child organized this plan to scheme small portions of revenue off of YouTube. With the influence of a false mother figure. This woman had no occupation. She was a schemer. And instead of being a good influence on this chosen child, they used this child and did magic on this child for manipulation. And when this magic backfired, this child killed 8 people. The serial killer child, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Yeah, they killed 8 people. So what's the shadow? What's hidden behind the mask, beloved ancestors? What's behind the mask of this person that worked at YouTube? Fragmentation. So they was a soul that was scattered across the land. They had no truth. They only seen this huge payout. What's the energy surrounding this mature woman? She was a colorless angel. She had no wings. So if she told anybody that her occupation was the practitioner, that was the reason why she had a misfortune. And her marriage went in reverse. Yep. Because this woman, this false mature woman, was hiding her true self. You feel me? And sleeping with underage kids. What's going on? She was sleeping with this child. That's why this child was in jail. This child wasn't supposed to be there. This child that was locked up was actually a gifted and divine child. This mature woman was a woman in a cage. So she felt like since she was this woman in a cage, everybody should be trapped with her. Nobody should have happiness. If she couldn't be happy, she felt like could nobody be happy. And she didn't give a damn if she took down her mama, her brother, her sister, her uncle, her auntie. It was a family business. You feel me? That's the truth. This child was selling a trunk of lies to everybody. Everybody was lost and blind from what she was really doing in the background and how she really came up. This child was an immature energy. Yeah. They had an artificial heart. And as they live behind these cells for the rest of their life, they're going to have to live with the decisions that they made. Yeah, they was a pestite. They was like a bad energetic disease. Yeah, that was a bad, it was an entity. It was a horrible spiritual attachment, binded to pain. Yeah, they was binding people through gin needles and manipulation. You feel me? They had no heart. And in the end, they gonna say, when they met with this woman, was it me? Yeah, it was your lying ass. You feel me? You wanted revenge. You thought that you could do whatever you wanted to and take whoever out you wanted to. And that's why you killed this woman. Because you had no peace. You was living in a world and you was caged in. Nowhere to run. You was a queen in reverse. That wanted revenge. And you took down the child in the process. Yep. Them trumpeter lies was only for today. She wasn't looking at tomorrow. This main female. All she seen was revenge and rage. Why was this main female enraged even though she was a privileged lady? Anger and chains. She had addiction, so she was angry. She was chained and bound to black magic. She was chained and bound to manipulation. She was chained and bound to anything to take everybody down with them so she wouldn't be the only motherfucker that suffered in pain. It was her grand scheme to take money off the back end. She seen these pages with these viewers, pre-subscribers, and counts as the perfect scheme. And all they had to do was connect her account to other people's accounts to hack them. And she was taking small money. This had to be a Latino chick, because it say English. So she spoke very little English. A foreigner had manipulated this master plan for this occupation. This foreigner had manipulated this plan to stand in this number 7, this God is present energy, this divine person. Yeah. They wanted to take the credit from this divine person, but this divine person was really this privileged lady. And this main female was binded to their own pain. And they didn't want to take credit for what they had put out. They didn't put out but nothing but energetic manipulation. They had took and schemed and scammed from so many people off of taking these small views and adding them to different accounts and different channels that they had destroyed themselves before they even started. I heard it was time to move. So whatever home that they lived in or wherever they was living off of this manipulation, their time had expired. They could no longer come in with quick communication on this scheme and scam because this scam had went federal. The view count. YouTube was investigating this situation down to the nitty gritty and how this person became this official person. Even though the account didn't add up. They had hacked somebody else's account and stepped in as if they was this official person in this community. They hacked somebody's account and they walked this path. This path was going to lead them to death over this gift. You feel me? This path led them to death. This child snapped by the truth, serial killer child, and killed this person. The master was taken out by a lover, a teenage lover. Yeah, the master was taken down by a lover. They was sleeping with an older man or woman. Yep, that's how they got the victory. They got this victory off of this manipulation. They made it unnoticeable so that they can keep investing into this bullshit. Yeah. And now they feel burdened by this death. This child feels burdened because they thought that they was a unit. They did. This child had mental illness. This child thought that they was doing the right thing, and now they feel burdened. And it's messed up because this child was unaware of the actions. You feel me? This child was an infant. They didn't know it yet. They hadn't stepped into their truth, but you know the Knight of Wands is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is a visionary leader. And eventually they grow into this emperor. But dealing with this dark soul, it was a Knight of Swords. But God seen everything. This child was a killer. A cold-hearted killer. You feel me? They was binded to toxicity. They was binded to energy manipulation. They was binded and hooked and attached to money, but their cycle had completed. This child could no longer rush in with these lies. and spy to get account numbers and change settings and act like I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna get drunk and we gonna have fun. But when I'm pulling up and I'm getting drunk, I'm slipping something in your drink. That's why this child was a serial killer. This young child got the 10 of Pentacles off of poison in people's drinks. That's why they was left out on the cup. Because they paid this Queen of Cups to create this illusion. Yep, they was a fool. What else is going on? Yep, Amanda knows. So Amanda knows the truth. Somebody named Amanda knows the truth about this cup. And what really happened. What else is going on with Amanda? What else did Amanda want the collective to know? Because that name popped up. That they wasn't the star. They did magic. And it led to their death. That was the only reason why they was the King of Pentacles. What else was going on? This was a female. Yep, that's the truth. And they was a twin. And this twin did not get to walk this path because this child killed him. Yeah, it's Knight of Swords. It's having a tower about doing this magic, manipulating the situation, and taking a person by the name of Amanda out, one of God's people. I breathe you, you breathe me, the lovers, twin flame energy. The twin flame had died for streams of income. You two streams of income. The twin that died for you two streams of income because of this Queen of Cups. Yeah, and this Hermit. They thought it would be wish fulfillment if they had equal give and take, but they had no idea where they was headed. They was headed to jail. This child. And Amanda and lost her life for nothing. Yeah, they had to walk away because they knew they was on their deathbed. And there was nothing they could do. The illusions they created was the illusion they had to live with. And I'm hoping that giving this message is freeing their spirit. Because a twin is a powerful person. So for them, yeah. This Cancer was blinded by his death. Yeah. They didn't realize that the karmic, this King of Wands, offered them this cup of poison. And it left them out in the cold. They felt left for dead. They thought that doing this magic was the right thing. But I'm saying that this teenage child had told this woman that the twin was doing magic. And when it backfired, this King of Wands died. And this Cancer got to live with the fact that they was blinded from what really took place and what was the truth. Yeah, this High Priestess was giving it to you. What really happened to Amanda. Yeah. In the past, she died because of all this strife and conflict with a lover. What else was going on with Amanda? Yeah. She died in secret over these streams of income. The robber got robbed. And they were screaming, relax, relax, relax. But she was panicking in her last seconds. Yet Jacob told her to calm down. Jacob and Amanda, yeah, was under judgment for what happened to this Queen of Pentacles. The Empress. Yep. And these illusions. Jacob started the strife because they created all these illusions and confusion with Amanda. Jacob committed suicide. This Leo, because they couldn't live with themselves. They communicated to this King of Swords and this Queen of Swords this death. And once this death took place of this King of Wands, they thought for sure their shift was coming in, but they never came. This victory never set in. This King of Cups got stabbed in the back out of wish fulfillment. A couple died in a home, and the child was looking at life. Yeah, this child was having nightmares about them really killing this couple for money. Yeah. Somebody is getting enlightened about what happened to Jacob and Amanda. Because the ancestors is bringing in this justice, this truth. Dang. Yeah, this third party was left out. So they did magic on Amanda for victory. Yeah. And now they gotta put it to rest. They looking at what they invested in, thinking their ships was gonna come in with this empress, just to find out this empress wasn't even interested. They was in the illusion. Yep. This Leo just wanted equal give and take. And the empress didn't know that they was in the illusion. That's the truth. The objective was to become this Nine of Pentacles. That was this plan. I'm gonna be the Nine of Pentacles, but for juggling, they homeless and they led to heartbreak. Whatever they had projected on these other people to get these small increments and add them up to a huge payout every month, that came to an end. They can no longer play their game. Yeah. They can no longer rush in and pay. The sex, they have to put it to rest, financially and physically. Yeah. In this marriage, they was pretending to be this Nine of Pentacles, but the truth was they were stealing this high priest gift from God. This couple was stealing this gift from God, something that God designed. You feel me? Something that God had in store for this empress was cut short, and this emperor had to live with the fact that they away, they gone. Their twin was gone on this planet. They died over this gift from God. Peace.